Hey guys, so I just wanted to go through some of my favorite ways of finishing the omoplata. It's a position that's really useful in jiu-jitsu for getting submissions, but a lot of people I feel treat it more as like a sweeping position because they don't know the details. So I'm just going to go kind of an overview of all the common scenarios. Okay, so we'll just start with the guy down on the ground. Let's go to both knees. Right, so we're just going to start down here. The basic finish I like to do, I like to get my arm over the back here. Okay, so one of the finishes I like to start with here is I get my arm over the back and I like to grab this lapel. I'm going to take my right hand, stick my fingers in behind the collar here. I come up on my toes and I'm going to rotate over my left shoulder onto his left side, which is going to flip him to like sitting up more, right? So we're going to go this way here and I'm going to focus on hooking this arm. This is one of my favorite controls to finish. There's so many possible finish variations here. The basic one I like to do is I'll pull this lapel out here like this. And I get a good grip. I come around here, grab, lock my elbow behind the back, control the sleeve, and I just shrimp away slowly, and that'll get the tap. It's a lot tighter than it actually feels. Okay, another easy finish from here, you can go around that side. Okay, another easy finish from here, if I'm like this, you can kind of get closer to me or something. Just kind of, yeah, like this. Okay, is I'll shrimp out, and I'll wrap around here to get this nice collar grip here. And here, usually you can just pull and get the choke there. If you need to, you can go through with this hand here and finish. Those are really good ones, okay? Another way to get to this position, here, just get back down. This. So sometimes when you're here and you're trying to sit up, before you can get up to this position, the guy is like posturing back like this. So one of my favorite things to do here is I'll take my left arm and try to grab this material near his shoulder. You can go around that side, right? And I try to grab here like this because I can't bring the guy down because he's posturing up. So I grab here, I control this, right foot goes on the floor and I strip back. And that pulls the guy back. Once I pull him back enough, I'll switch back to this underhook control, and this is a great position, right? If the guy tries to crowd me a lot by kind of putting his weight over me, I just keep getting my elbow behind his back and shrimping away, right? From here, I can start to pull this lapel out like this, again, just like before. I grab here, lock in, then we have the shrimp out, or we can go for the crucifix finish here, right? So those are some pretty basic ones when the guy's on the ground. Now let's talk a little bit more when the guy's standing up. I think that's the one that gives people a hard time stand up. Okay, so however we get there, I'm not going to worry too much about the setup. We get here standing. The main three things to understand when they're standing is that the guy has like three main ways of trying to get out of this, okay? One is going to be to posture really hard, like this, and try to rip out. Another one is going to be to step over my head, like this, and some kind to go to the other side, right? And then the other one is to bring his arm to the other side of my hip, like this here, and then you can start trying to go that way, right? So it's hard to block all three of these at the same time. To block the posture, usually I can hold the collar like this, and then I can maybe hold the sleeve, but then he could step over my head, right? If I hold the sleeve and the leg, now I can't bring the arm across. He can't step over, but he can posture, right? If I do the collar and the leg, then I have to worry about this arm coming across. Okay, so it's hard to block all three of those at the same time. So the choice I usually choose when they're standing like this is I have the cross collar and the pant, but I use my crunch. I say really tightly crunch to make it harder. See, if I'm back like this, his arm has more room to come across, right? If I'm crunched like this, I can make it hard. It's possible, but it's a lot harder, okay? Also, depending on where he's at, I'll try to use my like calf or heel behind his head to break his posture a bit too. So I'll be more like this, right? So he's standing up, posturing a little bit like this. Here, I'll control. Two quick finishes you can do. One is if I can like butterfly hook this guy, catch here, I come up with my elbows and back up, you can get a quick tap with that one. That one's always worth trying when they're standing. You can also do that one too if you feel like it's hard to get the triangle stay up a little bit more, like this. You can also just butterfly hook it like this until you can get into position to actually get the thing on as well. But if I can't go for that and like the guy's standing postured here, I stay crunched, I get the pants, I'm gonna unlock my legs and I start stiff arming his leg away as I shrimp away, like this here. Once I go out like this, it kind of stops him from following me or stepping over. Now I get my arm over the back. He doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. As long as I get my arm over the back, I'm good, right? Of course, if he comes to the floor, that's fine. Once I get you can stay standing here. Once I get my arm over the back here, I'll just start pulling and moving him down and working my way down, right? And then from here, of course, I can go back into the previous finish. With him here, like if he's up on his knees, that's usually where I do the one where I roll over. If he's more like this, I can keep scooting this way to try to bring him to the floor and do a classic finish. Go back up. Also a common thing when you're here is as you're going for this, he will try to forward roll. So we're gonna go slow. As he starts to forward roll, I bring my shin underneath and I'm just gonna re-roll and hook, right? And again, we end up in this same position with the elbow behind, can feed this guy out, go here, start shrimping out and finishing from there. All right. Another one you can do, if like you really want to, we're here, just go to both knees. Go. Okay, we're here, is if he forward rolls, go ahead and forward roll, is I keep my shin underneath his tricep here, like this, right? And I control this elbow. From here, I keep my hand on the floor, I step around here, and I keep my body weight sitting on him. When I come around, here's a bunch of options, right? I can try to get the mount. I already got 2 points for the sweep, right? If I go here and he grabs my pant leg, it's really common. I bring my knee to my chest, catch this, and I have a really tight arm bar here. You can turn this into a monoplata here like this, or you can always just try to mount. Another thing to keep in mind, more strategic with an omoplata, is sometimes as soon as I sweep the guy here, if I stay on top for a little bit, I get my 2 points. I can now re-roll to go for the finish again. So I'm up 2 and I'm back on bottom. But the good thing about this is if you're in tournament and you know the guy's got a good guard, I just got 2 points and got back on bottom. So even if he escapes now, comes back to my guard, now I'm up 2 points. And now the pressure's on him to make something happen. So, you know, it's not stalling, but like for example, the closed guard. The closed guard's very effective for attacking and going for submissions, but if someone wants to stall you when they're on top, it can be hard to make submissions happen. But if you're up 2 points and you have closed guard, now you can still be aggressive attacking, but he has to do stuff. He can't just stall on you because he's the one who's going to lose. So controlling the pace of the match with the points like that is a big factor in getting submissions in tournament because people have to open up. They can't just stall like this like when they're in the gym sometimes. Okay, guys, comment, let me know some questions you guys have or difficulties with the omoplata. That was just to try to shoot something off the cuff that I think covered a lot of common problems I see people having, but it's a very deep position. There's a lot of variations of finishes. So I just wanted to give you guys an overview because I know a lot of people struggle with that one. Also, follow me on Instagram at JohnThomasBJJ. I put a lot of small details that I'm showing to the guys in the class every day. And as always, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot.